What is up, YouTube? So I thought about writing a script for this video, thought about coming up with a catchy intro. I just thought what would be best is to just let the gameplay speak for itself. If you're someone who wants to start playing more aggressive, maybe you tend to get nervous playing the game, then this video is for you. If you like the way I'm pushing and I'm playing, and pay attention, I have no team in these clips, right? If you want to play aggressive and feel confident doing so, this video is going to help you understand the mindset you need to have, and I'm going to show you ways that'll help you feel more confident while playing. And so the purpose of this video is to help you guys improve these two things. One, awareness. We need to be more aware. If there's a guy camping in a room and we know it's just one guy in the room, we know exactly which corner he's sitting in, we're going to be more confident if we push him, and we're also going to have better aim because we're more confident, right? The second thing we need to improve on is we actually need to think before we push, right? We got to have some logic. If you're playing the game mode with multiple players, you don't want to push if you know they might have teammates. So I'm gonna go over a lot of my reasoning behind my pushes, why I'm hesitant to push. If this video is helpful, leave a like or a comment. Same thing, if you feel like I could improve on anything, leave a comment, let me know so I can get better at it. So let's actually get into the breakdown. All right, so as we're dropping from the heli, we want to pay attention to where each team, or as many teams that are around us, are landing, for two reasons. If a team land on us, we know we need to fight immediately, and then after we get our loadout, we know what direction we can push in to try and find players, right? I don't know about you guys, but in my lobbies you rarely see mini-map pings. You'll see them early on in the game, but towards late game, everyone pretty much got suppressed guns. So we get down and immediately I'm ready for action, right? And even as I want to play it back a little bit, right? Even as I land, right? I'm keeping my camera in the direction I'm expecting the guy to come from, right? Even as I'm looting. Now, sometimes you see my dot, I'll try to keep my dot up higher. But right now, in this early on, like if it's later in the game and I'm looting, I try to keep my dot at chest level, even as I'm looting. You don't need to look at the box to open it. You could just press X when you're close to it sometimes and it'll open. And then as soon as that, I center here. I think I kind of saw him run past the window, but I wasn't too sure. So I was expecting him to peek right here if it was a player. I heard someone in this area, but I wasn't 100% sure. Because I'm not 100% sure, I'm not just going to tag sprint out there and just hope if I run out and pre-aim this way that he's right here, because he could be right here and then I end up dying, right? Or he might not even be there at all and I just die to some random person just on the wall right here. So I'm not going to push that, right? I just let him push. So until I get more information, I just sat here and I just waited for him. And then even as like I'm aiming, it's going to my aim, right? I'm not really moving my right stick, right? I'm just moving my left. I'm following him, or I'm tracking him by using my strafe. So my left thumbstick, the stick you use to walk, I'm using that to aim instead of my right stick, the stick that controls your aim. Immediately, like every time after you get into a gunfight, you want to reposition. So I didn't like leave the area, but I did go in this like room area, right? Again, same thing. I don't really have too much information. I know they on the other side of that door. I'm gonna rewind it, right? I know they're on the other side of this door, but they could be over here. They could be further down the hall. They could be over here. Like I have no idea. It could be 3 teams right there, right? I could push through that door and then I get shot by like 3 different teams. And then I end up dying. So I'm not gonna push until I have more information. And then my teammate ends up leading charge, right? Yeah, she ended up leading the charge. So now I'm following her. And then while she's worried about someone down the hall, why am I still like worried about this? So like I said, I heard someone over down here somewhere. I have no idea if the person she's shooting is the same person, right? Because if she's shooting the same person, I'm right here worried for no reason, right? So I hold a pre-aim because in my head, I'm like, it's a bunch of people shooting up top. So, and she ran up here. The person that was up here ran up here. So if it was somebody down here, now it's the best chance for them to push. But nobody, I don't hear anyone. I don't see anyone. So I'm just going to throw a nade in case when I do turn this corner, they peek. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant. Like, I'm not playing scared or anything. I'm anticipating the enemy to come right there. And then now I'm trying to help her out. And I have no idea what this guy is. So because I have no idea what this guy is, you could just see her character. If I didn't see her dot, I could just look at the map, right? I see her arrow. She got the yellow arrow. So I just go to her. I just trail her. I don't continue going forward, right? Because I have no idea what the guy is. I'm still paying attention to her. She knows where he is, not me. So I'm trying to pay attention to her. I'm trying to trail her. I'm assisting her with her push, right? She's the one playing aggressive. I'm just back up. I'm just there. She need help. So also, let's say we had 4 teammates because it's just 2 of us. So if you see this symbol, like let's say it's 4 teammates and one of them say, I got a guy on me, and you don't know which teammate it is, you just look for this symbol. This symbol means they're shooting. Also, when you look at that arrow, you can see that line right there on the outside of the arrow. That line also means they're shooting. Also, like let's say I had no idea who she was shooting at, right? Because she's not pinging nothing. Just look at what direction her arrow is, right? Her arrow is pointing straight down the hall. So I would just assume there's an enemy straight down the hall. And rather, it's the correct location of the enemy is irrelevant because I'm still facing the direction that the enemy is in, right? I don't know if they're in this doorway. I don't know if they're to the right here. I just know they're in this direction. Like if I keep looking in this direction, I should eventually see the enemy unless the enemy runs away, right? So again, I found the enemy just because the enemy pinged, but also I kept paying attention to her character, right? Even if it didn't ping, I was bound to turn around anyway and come back to where she was. So now we know where the enemy is because they ping on the map. Now we can get more aggro, right? I'm just helping her. And you got to think about it this way too. Like if she would have went down, I would have known what enemy is. If we both just go tack sprinting down the hall and we get caught off guard, we both die. But because I'm further behind her and I'm trailing her, it's harder for a team to wipe us. So right here, I think not too much happens. This is going to be a 20 kill gameplay. We're only at 1 right now. So this is another thing, like I was saying earlier, you want to always move when you shoot. So if you don't know, when you use kill streaks, you pop up on the mini map, just like when you shoot an unsuppressed gun. Anytime you pop up on the mini map, so if a teammate dies, if you shoot a gun, even if the gun has a suppressor, I still play the same way or do the same thing. Or if you use a kill streak, you gotta always move. You gotta reposition every single time. It's like a habit of mine. Like anytime I shoot my gun, like I said, even if the gun is suppressed, I always move and reposition. So as you can see, I use the kill streak and immediately I turn around and push inside. In my head, I think every time I shoot my gun that someone's flanking me. Now that's not always the case. In fact, I rarely get flanked, right? But I still always assume someone's behind me and pushing me, right? That's a good habit to have. Anytime you shoot your gun, assume someone's behind you and about to push and try to kill you, right? And just turn around prepared to shoot your gun. So right here is a tip to help you aim easier. So I'm on console and PC. The game seems a lot clearer. So if someone's on like a head glitch and it's just the tip of their head, there's been gunfights that I won that I literally can't even see their head. Like I can't see anything. It's all because instead of like trying to aim and put your aim on that tiny dot, I think about it as this whole piece of cover he's taking cover behind. I'm just putting my aim to the top of the cover. Like it's like a mental trick to make aiming easier. Now in this clip, I think these were the guys that were running, but it looked like he was taking cover. So I assumed there was another team down here. He might have been taking cover from like water tower or something, but I assumed there was another team down here that he was taking cover from. So that's how I'm about to play this. I play this as if there's another team down here. Also, he still has a teammate, so it's not like, I thought it was two teams down here, right? And you see I'm moving at my own pace. I'm making sure I'm moving slow and I'm checking everything so that I don't get caught off guard, right? I'm not just rushing through. I'm just taking my time, checking everything. Again, right? I thought there was a team down here, so I pushed this as if I was correct. I have full confidence in my own decision. I'm like, all right, there might be a team down here, so I'm gonna play it as if there's absolutely 100% a team down here. Same way if I heard someone in a specific corner, I'm pushing that gunfight as if they're exactly in that corner. All right, you gotta have confidence. So we don't find the guy, so I decided to go back prison, because I know prison was safe because we was just there. It's most likely safe. No. What I'm actually doing was, I'm sorry, I heard footsteps. I couldn't tell if they were in a tunnel or if they were bio or if they were helipad, because the audio on console isn't that good. So I can't tell exactly what direction it was. Like sometimes my audio is good, sometimes it's not. So as soon as he starts shooting me, I'm like, I'm already tired of fighting this team. I'm ready to go fight someone else, right? Because it took us a long time to find this guy because he wasn't moving that much. So he knows how to be quiet for the most part. And then he's camping in the building. Like, why would I want to fight one team that's camping in the building? You could look at the top right corner, you see there's 31 players in here. If you subtract us two and then them two, that's -4. That's like 27. Yeah, that's 27. There's 27 other players in here. I could go to the part of the map where there's multiple teams at and get into multiple gunfights within the amount of time within the amount of time that I killed this one team that's already hard for us to find. They were already hard to find. So wasted so much time trying to find them. Did I see that ping or was I distracted? I think I was looting. There might have been a UAV ping I didn't see. Yeah, I didn't see that ping. If I saw that ping, I wouldn't be running out in the open like that. So I actually missed one UAV on mini-map ping. I said UAV ping. So the team do land over there. And there's actually two teams, it looked like. Was it two teams? I think a solo just landed there. So my goal with this was I wanted to catch him off guard. And now right here, I should have just backed off. Like as soon as he hit that corner, I should have backed off because I know it's two of them. So he's clearly leading me to his teammate. So in this situation, they're stacking, they're playing together really well. And it's going to be tough for us to fight them, right? They're going to give us a good fight. So I just go to the top of the building so I have the height advantage. And again, right here, I realized there's too many different ways for players to push. Now, I don't fight at that location too much, right? I really don't drop there. So I back off once I realize that it's not a good fight to be up top. So why do I go all the way over here to this like hill? So what I'm trying to do is, before I even explain what I'm trying to do, just notice the map. Like I think I even looked at the map. We're outside of zone, so we gotta push in zone anyway. Like, we have to rotate eventually. So we might as well be the first ones to rotate so we can kill them on their rotation, right? Also, I wanted to keep all the different ways they can come from in front of me, right? If they come up this way, they're in front of me, I'll see them. They come up this way, they're in front of me, I'll see them. They come up this zip, they're in front of me, I can see them, right? No matter what they do, I'm going to see them. So that was my whole purpose with me coming up here. And not only do I see them before they see me, they're not even expecting me to be up here. All right, they don't even expect me to be up here, especially because my teammate's still down there. In my case, like, I didn't really feel safe. Like, if they pushed me, I didn't feel like I would have a good chance of winning the gunfight. So I immediately repositioned. Like, you gotta constantly ask yourself questions whenever you're about to get into a gunfight. Like, if this person were to push me, how likely will I win? You just gotta constantly ask yourself that. So I back off, and it was a great play. I could have been a little more accurate on my shots right there, but I don't even think I still would have downed. Well, if I had hit his shots, I probably could have downed them. So right here is bad. So I only pushed down because my teammate was pinging and she was going to complain, right? She wanted to play aggressive and she really wanted to kill them, right? And me, I wanted to be more patient. So we weren't on the same page right there, right? And because I pushed, now I'm at a disadvantage because now it's a 1v2. And she downed the person, but I don't know if he has a self-revive. So he could be up by the time I even get down here. But I come down and look, yep, he's up. So one goes in the water, this guy up top. Now, a lot of you might think I could still chase this guy up top because now he's by himself. But the guy in the water, he can just come back to the surface and shoot me in the back if I push this way. So pushing this way would be bad. If I go back through, same thing, right? I don't know what this guy gonna do and where he's gonna be at. Even if I chase this guy, I'm just gonna end up dying if I chase him. That's how I'm thinking, right? So instead of chasing, like, I go here to see if he's gonna peek. Most likely he's not gonna peek. These guys don't really seem like bad players, right? I don't really get too many bots in my lobbies. So I push here. Now, like I said, I don't usually fight in this location. So for me, a lot of time, the way I play is whenever I die, I always remember how I died and why, and I come up with ways to not die if I'm ever put in that situation. Like, every time I push a room, you see me check a random corner, it's probably because somebody was in that corner before and they killed me. Like, every single time I die, I always remember how I died. Now right here, I even thought in a moment that this was a bad play and just gonna lead to me dying, but I still did it anyway. I'm not used to fighting in this location, so this is the only bad play I think I make in this video too. So I'm not really used to fighting in this location. So I didn't really know like what I could do or how I could break this team up. But we can just watch and see how this plays out. And then I'll explain what I should have done differently. So you could kind of see like how as I was dying and I saw the second guy, I kind of like blocked him from my vision so he couldn't see me. What I should have did if I wanted to do this, and I still don't think this would have been a good play, was I could have played closer to this cover so I could go like in and out and shoot him. That way I'd have Peeker's advantage and I could play mind games with them, right? But like I said, because they could come from this way, like if they were split, one pushed this way, the other one pushed this way, there'd be no way I could take cover. So this was a bad play. This position, you always want to be somewhere you can run away and escape if you ever get caught off guard. And like right here, there's literally no cover I can take. So, all right, so here we are on the regain. So we go for our loadout, and now I'm thinking about getting into prison as fast as possible. We got a guy on the water tower, and I also see this RC, and I see someone ping above me. So I'm thinking there's multiple teams in this top part of prison. So right now I'm just gonna stay low and I'm gonna try to loot up and get plates. I don't even have plates anymore. All right. So I'm just opening chests, trying to loot. And then while opening this chest, I see an enemy ping. All right, so again, there's 2 enemies pinging, but let's just only pay attention to this because this guy pinged first before this guy pinged. So he pinged further down here. You know, this is you go through this doorway, there's a stairwell, and then it's like this underground tunnel. That's where he pinged from. So even before the reason why I didn't just full send, just run straight there like every YouTuber tells you to, before I didn't just fully sprint out, I assumed because he was shooting someone, right? He was shooting someone, that there's probably a player at the top of the stairs. There's probably a player at the top of the stairs. That means at one point he might have actually been in the showers area, right? And who's to say he was by himself? I don't know if it's 2 players that this guy is shooting at, or if it's 1 player he's shooting at and then his teammate is still in the showers area. So I didn't just tag sprint, right? I paused to try to gather information, right? And then once I seen there was no one here, I still didn't push because, like I said, I just checked behind me to make sure I wasn't getting pushed. That's just the habit I have. Now, at this point, both of the guys pinged. Now, because they both pinged, I don't want this guy to kill him. I don't want them to kill each other. So now I'm trying to hurry up over there and get both these kills. All right. Gotta push that guy. So I get both the kills. I don't get this guy's teammate. Now here we go. We got one guy right here. This is his teammate, and this is the other team, right? So I figured this guy was just gonna run away anyway. There's no point in him coming back. I got high ground. His teammate is dead. If he dies, they get wiped. So he's definitely not coming back, right? So now at this point, I'm thinking someone's about to try to push me and kill me, right? So I push out, but then I think I hear someone above. At this point, I think this is a high kill game, right? I could see this game being a high kill game. So see how this plays out. So I stop at this window because I wanted to be sure, I wasn't too sure whether or not he heard me. Usually you should assume if you can hear them that they can hear you, right? So I hear him, I go to the window and I wait at the window to see whether or not he heard me. And then I try to go behind the window. So if he did hear me and he comes down the stairs, he doesn't see me. So it throws him off mentally. He'll come down like, all right, it's a guy in this corner. He comes down, he sees no one. He's like, hold up, where he go? His brain will stop for a second and he'll think. So then when I do challenge him, I can easily kill him, right? And then I'm not sure if he looked in this direction, but he does come downstairs looking for me. He thought I ran that way. Like I said, he's probably a console player like me. The audio is bad on console, right? The audio is really bad on console. It's hard to tell where players actually go. So I had trigger discipline. I didn't shoot him right away because if he would have kept going, I wouldn't have got the kill and he would have known where I was at. Like I said, I want to guarantee this kill, so I waited for him to come back. A lot of players tend to retrace their steps, right? If he comes down looking for a kill, no kills there, he's probably going to go back up the stairs. This is just something like people tend to do sometimes, right? Some people might keep moving through. Some people might turn around. They might turn around, go back to their teammates, right? So then I get a lucky free kill, right? And now I'm someone else pinging on the map. So I want to capitalize on the information, right? I want to get aggressive. At this point, because I got the intel on this other guy, I want to play aggressive to catch him off guard. because I know exactly where he was. It's like I was saying earlier, like if you know there's a guy camping in the corner, you know it's just one guy, you want to get aggressive and push. Now on the roof, there could be a lot of different areas people could be at, and it could be multiple teams up here. You never know. So this was kind of like a risky play, but I was confident if I needed to, I could have just dropped back down the side I came up, right? So she asked for help, and just notice how I'm pushing this guy, right? Once I drop down, of course. So as I drop down, you see the centering? Like I'm already, as I slide, I'm already aiming at him through the wall. I already turned my aim to where he's gonna be. And then again, this good centering, right? She was in the basement. She just came up, right? She did just come up, right? But I don't know that. As far as I know, she's still in the basement, right? Because I'm not really looking at her. I'm looking at my centering to correct my aim. So I sent her to the basement. Again, I'm dropped down. I'm already facing the basement where the enemy's going to be at. We got to be centering, right? Notice this whole video, I've had great centering. You can look back. You can go back to the beginning and just see how I'm centering. So right here, let me just let this all play out. Let me let it all play out. All right, so it's about a lot's about to happen in a second. So I want to rewind this. So after we drop down, we see a player, right? I see him, my teammate's shooting at him. And then she fully sends. Wow. Why didn't I do what she do? Why didn't I just immediately run after this guy, right? So I don't know if he has a teammate, right? If we both just run at him, we're both running, and then some guy come through this door, same stairwell or the cafeteria right here, they could easily kill both of us, right? We get caught off guard. So I'm holding this pre-aim to try to get information, because right now she can't fight back. So I have to be the one to assist her, right? Whatever she can't do, I gotta cover for her. And then I go this way because she is far ahead. If I run that same path, not only will there not be anyone to protect me, but also I'll be too far behind to actually help her, right? Because she's peeking this, right? Because I ran the way I did run, if the guy popped up right here that we were chasing, I could now shoot the guy with her. Whereas if I just if I took the same path as her, like if I just ran down here, I would have to turn to my left. And then as I turn to my left, I can't see down that same lane that she can see now, right? So that's why I took this path. Again, she was shooting in the stall, but I still checked to make sure there wasn't somebody else like down this way. Let me bring it back. And then I quickly corrected my aim to the enemy, right? I still made sure there was nobody right here. And then we shoot the enemy together, and then we see someone. I throw the nade, so if they do repeat that, they get damaged. And then I'm checking my back. I'm staying alert. Like I said, one of us gotta be more alert than the other, right? She's just going straight after our enemy. I'm playing more slow and trying to take in information, right? I want to be confident that there's no one else around us and that we're safe and we're all good. If we don't have a UAV, you need someone to be more aware. Playing slow enough. I'm playing as fast as I can and still know everything that's going on. Like I'm trying to keep track of all the players that are near us so that we don't get wiped. And then right here, I think I might have heard him that time I pre-aimed this. So I can just let this play out and then I'll explain what's going on. All right, so a lot just went on right here, right? There's a lot to explain. So I think I might have just heard someone when I turned around. I might have just barely heard them. So at this point, I see this guy pop up on the mini map, and she's shooting because she's cracked. I see him on the mini map, and so why don't I just run at him? Why don't I just run straight down here, right? I figured, right, he's either gonna do two things. He's either gonna run at her to get the kill, or he might know where I'm at and he's gonna try to push me. If he runs down this way, I'm only gonna aim this for as long as it would take him to run down this way. Now this is just something you just learn naturally by playing the game, but you just wait a few seconds. So I just aim here for a few seconds, and then I'm like, okay, it's been long enough. If he did run down this way, he should be appearing, he should pop out right here pretty soon. And so I switch my aim right there. Now, what happens is I notice he starts getting shot by another player, right? Where it is. So yeah, I notice he starts getting shot by another player. So at this point, I'm like, he's definitely, because he took long to peek from this side, the first area I was watching, right? Let me rewind it so you know what exactly I'm talking about. So he took long to push this way. So I know he's probably not gonna come out this way, right? He's definitely gonna come down this way. Because if he was coming this way, he would have came out right there, and he probably wouldn't have been getting shot at. So I know he's not coming right here. He's definitely coming right here. So I hold it, and then I don't run all the way to him, because if he stayed on the wall, he could have still been hitting, right? But he tries to come out and break my camera. You see, he got a dead slide. So he was trying to break my camera. That's why I didn't slide all the way into him, right? He probably heard me and tried to break my camera. Either that, or he panicked and he tried to run, right? See, I slid right here. You could kind of see his gun. I slid right here, and I tried to stop my slide early so that I could see around the corner, and so he can't break my camera if he were to just slide straight forward. If you want to push, you could do what I do, slide and stop early, or slide out here, right? Do a wide slide this way so that he can't just slide into you. Also, when you're peeking corners, so like if I wanted to turn this corner, I would do the same thing. Like I would slide, stop my slide early, then I would slide again. Like you would take your time hitting these corners. Yeah, it looked like he got a dead slide because he was trying to break my camera. So right here, let me play. So you see how this wall is right here? So this guy down here can't shoot him or me as long as we're behind this wall. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping this wall to my back. You see the wall is behind me. I push to this wall so that as I'm running out the door, I push to this wall, right? So that as I'm running out to the door, instead of running from like right here to right there, that entire time I'm running, I can get shot at. I push forward and then I go out the door. So I go out the door a lot faster, and the guy down the hall has way less time to shoot me. Also, he was just shooting me. So he shoots me, and then I run behind this piece of cover. So he's expecting me to be like right here in this area. So as soon as he comes right here, he's going to start shooting his gun. And like we did earlier, right? Because I took this brief pause, right? When he peeks, he doesn't actually see me. So mentally he's going, where did this guy go? You know, he's trying to think where I went. And then I peek then I pop out, right? And then you could see him ping. So he actually did shoot at me, but I was so quick. My push out was so delayed that it caught him off guard. Like he wasn't prepared to shoot his gun when he actually saw me. And then so we had 9 kills. We got 11 to go. Now I'm going back to pick her up, and again, I'm not just rushing straight to her. I'm making sure there's no other players near us. All right, so now we're picking her up. Let's break this down. We see a guy ping on our mini map, right? So I see him running the stall, and then as I'm getting ready to pre-aim and I'm waiting for him to come out, I see someone else camping up top. Now I don't know if this guy know that I saw him, because I wasn't looking directly at him. So I don't know if this guy knows that I saw him, but I don't hear him pushing me. So right now, I want to get this other kill. I'm not too worried about him, right? Because I don't hear him pushing, and he's camping. He's camping, so he most likely won't push me. So I just go for the other guy, and that guy, he pretty much got away. Because I know it's a guy up here, I can't just keep shooting him. I can't like hit this corner and try to shoot him, because then this guy is going to shoot me. So now my attention is on this guy that I know is probably still up there because he's a camper, and he doesn't know that I saw him, most likely, right? So then I just headshot him. Oh, because he just sat there, right? And now I'm just going. So let me break down what happened. So I hear this guy, and it's the same thing, right? I hear him, so I just run for cover and I don't even look at him, right? Well, I mean, I turn my camera as I hit the corner, but as far as I know, he don't know that I saw him. For all he knows, I just decided to run the second he hit the corner, right? For whatever reason, right? I just decided to run because he didn't even shoot me or anything, right? But I see him, so now I get shots on him. And you can even see as I peek him, it looked like he was going to fight my teammate, and then he got caught off guard. Once I started shooting him, he realized, yeah, I'm about to push him, and now he's sandwiched between two players. So he should have never been in this situation. That's why I usually, when it's a lot of players or a lot of teams, I tend to keep everyone in front of me, like we did early in the video when I went up the hill and I waited for the team to come outside. This is why you just want to keep everybody on one side of you, so you never get put in a situation like this, the situation that he's in. So then you see how he turns around and shoot me. That's how I know he probably was not expecting me to come back and try to fight him, right? He thought he'd be able to just shoot my teammate, and then when he realized that I shot him, he's like, uh-oh, I gotta get this guy because he's gonna kill me, right? And all this is just off what I heard. I just heard something and I assumed it was a player, and I just got the cover. I'm also playing their cover. If you notice, this whole time I've been playing their cover. See, I get caught off guard by this guy and I got covered to my left, right? You never really want to wander too far out in the open. You always want to stay near walls. Again, and now I'm just centering installs, right? Look at how I'm sliding, or the direction I'm sliding in, I should say, right? I kind of slide wide, right? Again, if he tries to break my camera, it's going to be a lot more difficult because the distance he has to slide to get to me, right? And I stop my slides early too. So notice how I'm checking these, like I'm sliding out, right? If I want to check this, I would slide out like this. I'm not just gonna peek real close to it, right? I'm gonna slide out. So if someone tries to slide out to break my camera, it's gonna be really difficult for them to, right? You see, when you rewind it a little bit, I do it right here, right? I think it's someone could be in here, so I push to this wall, right? Then when I go to check this room, I push to the other wall, right? See? And then again, how I'm tracking this guy, I was using both my thumbsticks to track him, right? I was moving both my thumbsticks to the right in order to track this guy, right? So I'm walking or strafing in the same direction that he's moving in order to make the shots easier. So I see two people in the tunnel. If you don't know, it's kind of hard to see in the recording, but these two players are below. Say they're below. I know the tunnel is below me. I know once you get to the end of the tunnel, there's a stairwell and then there's a doorway that you have to come through. So in my head, I'm thinking these are two easy kills because they gotta both come through a doorway. All I gotta do is just aim at the doorway and shoot my gun and I'll get 2 kills just like that. That's what I'm thinking in my head, right? I want to get these kills. So I'm pushing them to get these kills. Now, I've had times where I see someone sitting in the corner on the mini map. I push and then they're in a completely different part of the map, right? They're nowhere near their UAV ping. Players move at different speeds and the UAV isn't always reliable. It lets you know, it gives you a good idea of where players are, but they're never exactly where they are on the UAV ping, right? So like we were doing earlier, I know they were in the tunnel at one point, but I don't know if they're still in the tunnel. So I'm not just going to drop down the showers and rush in and run to the doorway. No, I'm going to assume they're in the shower area, right? I'm going to assume they're in the shower area first. And then I'm going to go, okay, they're not here. So they have to be coming up the stairs, right? I'm assuming they're in between me and the area that I think they're at. So we get 2 kills just like that. They're the same guys that killed us earlier too. So we got payback. So, right, real quick, this guy did do something good, right? He kind of went behind cover and he made me think he was about to pop out on the other side because you can't really see because there's gun smoke. But there's a pillar right here in the way. So I moved my aim on the other side of the pillar thinking he's about to pass it, cross through. But he actually re-peeks the same side. So this was a great play by him, right? But he just missed all the shots, right? But yeah, I don't even think they were just bad players. They just got caught off guard. So they weren't even mentally prepared for that gunfight. They were never expecting someone to just be right there waiting for them. Next, now, as I was pushing this guy, right? As I was pushing these guys, when do I pop the UAV? I just want to go back and show you guys. So on the UAV, I think I don't want to just have you guys thinking I'm making things up, right? So you could see someone ping on the UAV. So although I was so focused on this team, I still paid attention. Just like I told you, when you're landing into a game, try to remember where players are. I remembered that there was also a player at Grandma's. Now, I didn't pay too much attention to a player being control, player being factory, because that's a lot of information to take in. I just took in as much information as I could off the UAV, and I remembered as much as I could. So I knew there was a team Grandma's, and so I thought, let's get these two killed, these these 2 easy kills close to us, and then let's go Grandma's. So let's skip ahead to Grandma's. And we're gonna let this play out. Alright, so a lot happened right here, right? So we go Grandma's and I missed my grappling hook, right? Now actually I didn't want to go flying through this window, right? Sure, I know it's players up there, but I don't know how many. It could be 1, could be 2. 1 could be sitting in this corner. So I might push in and see someone standing in the middle of the room, but then I'll die to a guy sitting in the corner, right? So I don't really want to push in. I just want to look to see where they all are, right? So I break it and then I see 2 people and it looks like they're about to cross over to the other room, the other building. So now I'm just rotating low just to see what they're doing. I'm just peeking for information, right? I don't care about shooting that guy, right? I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to get information. So Red Riding Hood was the person that was closer to the window when I peeked through. So I know there's still someone in here, right? Because this guy was in front of the other guy. So I know it's still one here, and I didn't see him push. I don't hear him. So now we're in a great position, right? We got a team that just split up and made themselves easy targets. So my teammate ends up getting caught off guard by one of them. And so instead of like grappling hook up and getting the aggro, because he was shooting out the window, right? So if I would have grappled hooked right here, I would have just went into his bullets and he would have killed me. Now I could have also just hooked up into this window, and I most likely would have killed him. Because you can't usually hear over your own gunshots. But some players, if he was a good player, would have heard it, and he could have still killed me doing it, right? I've been in lobbies where players can hear everything. So because I had the info, he didn't. He had no idea where I was. I just paid patiently, and I just downed him and killed him, right? I still got the kill, playing patiently, catching him by surprise, and then we see his teammate. Looked like they dropped down, so I'm not sure if they're gonna push. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for audio cues, and I don't hear them. So I just make sure I can't see them either. So I go for the revive. And in this situation, like, now he didn't know rather or not she had a self-revive. But if he didn't even need to kill me, all he needed to do was just scare me enough to make me not think I could revive her, right? He just had to keep peeking so that I wouldn't try to revive her and let his teammate come back. At that point, they could have jumped me 1v2. It would be tough for me to win a 1v2. So now we're just looking for the guy, and then I realized we have enough money for a UAV, so I'm wasting time trying to look for him. Yeah, try to pay attention to your money too, because now it's the perfect time to buy a UAV since there's no players near us. We're not in an immediate gunfight, right? Even when you're in the middle of a gunfight, I will sometimes buy UAVs if I got enough money for it, but we're not in an immediate gunfight. All right, so we got 6 more kills to go before we at that 20. Whenever I pop a UAV, because I usually play solo, I usually go for the closest and easiest kill, because I'm not killing a full 4-man team, right? I'm not going to push to the area with the most teams, because by the time I get over there, I might get 1 kill. If I'm even lucky, I might get 1 kill and then the UAV is gone. Versus if I can get a nice and easy kill, I could then push to where players are, right? It's not really going to make a difference. The only difference is I pick up a kill. So we see this player, this solo, we kill him real quick, and now we're thinking about positioning. I'll tell her she could have the team's control. I'll try my best to explain to her that she can get the guys control, and I would get the guys at this green area, right? That's 2 kills apiece, but I think one of the guys from control rotated away. But you see how we would have different parts of the map. Like she could get the kills on this part of the map, I would get the kills on this part. But that guy did rotate over, so. And again, like I said earlier, I can't even see that person, right? He could be looking at me for all I know, but I can't see him. So I'm just shooting, see if I can get some hit markers. I thought maybe his legs might be sticking out or something, and I can get a free, some free hit markers on him, but I just can't see that far. So here I think we get 1 more UAV, and then now we're going to get in position to win the game. So in my head, I'm thinking there's players here and there's players here. This is where the rest of the lobby is. So there's 4 players here. If I get to the top of this building, as these players rotate out, whenever they have to rotate out, I'm assuming they'll have to rotate eventually, they should be free and easy kills whenever they do have to rotate out. Now the downside to this is it's easy for players to get up on this roof. Like they could parkour up now that we got the wall jumping, and they also got a ladder. And this audio is bad, so even if they climb up the ladder, I most likely won't hear them climbing up the ladder. So I'm also keeping that in mind, right? I'm like, at any moment they could push up onto the top of this roof and I would have no idea they're up here. So I'm constantly like checking my back to make sure they haven't pushed up yet, because again, if they do push, I'm not gonna get any audio. So as soon as we down that guy, immediately I slide to cover, assuming they're right there ready to shoot me. And because I took this high ground and waited for them, like I said, they eventually came out. And this other team got to come out too now. So we just take these free kills. And these guys have specialists, or the guy we kill has specialists. So at this point, it's just a 1v2. And the guy is camping bottom factory. There's not much to say about it, but he's camping. I tell my teammate that I want to wait up top and just let him come out the same way we killed those other two guys. I'm like, let's just get a free kill when he tries to rotate out. She wants the push, right? She gets impatient. She gets impatient. So now I at least know what enemy is, right? Now there's nothing wrong with pushing a guy, but we will have to push together. Like I said, we weren't together. That was our only problem right here. But I knew exactly where the guy was. I also assumed he was probably a low health because he had just gotten into a gunfight with her. So it's not much this guy could do. And just like that, we won the game.